Everyone, it's Roger here from VinylmationKingdom.com with a bit of a VK diary. This past week I went to Disneyland Paris for a few days with my wife. It was a bit of a sneaky trip. We weren't planning on being able to get to any of the parks this year, but I decided to sell some of my vinyls and treat us to a little trip away. So we last went to Disneyland Paris about 2.5 years ago, and one of the first things that sort of stood out to me was, to be honest, there wasn't really a huge amount of Vinylmation available anymore. There is a lot of blind boxes, so I'm just going to quickly tell you what they had there as of sort of June 2014. So they had Star Wars 2, they had the Star Wars characters, they had the Star Wars Droid Juniors, they also had Animation 4, they had Pixar 2, the Indiana Jones, I think they had the Cutes's 6, but they were definitely released there. They also had Jungle Book and Ink and Paint. So they have had two new. They've had those two recent sets. They didn't have the Pirates of the Caribbean 2. They still had some Pirates Series 1 available. But I specifically was after Star Wars 4, but they don't look like they've been released in Paris, which was a bit disappointing. I actually only brought one blind box, which was a Ink and Paint, because I was pretty much only after the Mickey Mouse figure. I wasn't a huge fan of that set as a whole. Now I'm becoming a little bit more picky. I just decided not to. I'm trying to avoid buying all the sets because I just haven't got enough space for them all. So there was a lot of blind boxes. And because of that, the trade boxes, now there's still a few more than there are in like Walt Disney World and Disneyland. You had a couple in the village, there was a couple in each park. And I did try trading, because in even some of them they had the big 24 mystery blind boxes, and they also had a open window. And you walk in and you could literally see the open one. And I picked up a Villains 2 Runaway Brain. There was Animation 4, there was Star Wars characters, basically everything that was for sale, and even some other ones were actually out. And it was really cool to see all the open windows on these trade boxes full of just good stuff. Yeah, I saw one superhero, but after 2 awful trips to Walt Disney World for trading, it was so much better. And that is because we don't have those sort of outlet sort of vinyls here as much in Europe. So the trading was really good. Even though I had most of the figures that were there, you could tell they were much better. Now this was a bit of a strange visit for me because I wasn't particularly buying a lot of vinyls. My wife did wonder if I was feeling a bit well because I didn't really buy a lot. But also while I was in there, they've got like a new range that they've brought out of merchandise, which had like a English flag on it, and they also had a American flag and also the French flag, and they've got that on a mug which I picked up. They also had a pin. They also had some t-shirts with it on. Now I was going to buy the t-shirt until I saw the price. It was about €26, which was about £23–24. I had recently popped up on the Disney Store UK website, but I'm not paying £22 for a t-shirt, as much as that was. But also with, they even had a little hat, but they were really expensive. There was some other Vinylmation stuff available. There was lots of the Duffy figure, the open window one. There was flags, there was the new theme park favourites. There was even the Eiffel Tower Vinylmation that came out. So overall, there was quite a lot of Vinylmation available. Compared to the United States, it wasn't that good, but the thing is France never gets all the limited edition items that are the primarily releases that we see in the US. Now the other big thing that I noticed was, to be honest, in a lot of the stores, the sections have really come down, especially in what was the gallery in the village. You walked in there before and half the store was Vinylmation. Now it's all on one sort of case at the back. I mean, you had about 5–6 shelves of vinyls, but it used to take up the whole front end of the store. Even my wife walked in and she said, well, where have they done with all the Vinylmation? That was how much noticeable my wife noticed it. And when I did go to trade in the trade box, the staff, she didn't know what to do. She actually had to call somebody over, which shows to me that they're not doing as much trading there as they used to. It's not sort of the unofficial D Street. So that was a bit of a change. you quite often saw like the Duffy and the Paris vinyls scattered in amongst all the other merchandise as you were in different stores. And they had some big sort of banners up sort of saying, you know, how to trade Vinylmation, but there did seem to be a lot less than there was 2.5 years ago. But that pretty much ties into the fact that over the last year Disney have been producing less, and also with having smaller cases they don't tend to take up as much space. But overall, the Vinylmation selection at Disneyland Paris was very good. You know, you pretty much got nearly every blind box series that's been out in the last year were there. There have been a few notable exceptions, but if you're after blind boxes, they're a great thing. But again, at nearly €12 a blind box, that's a bit pricey. You know, that's you know, 11.50 pounds. That's a lot to buy blind boxes if you're not sure what you're going to be getting. But as I said, Vinylmation at oh, I just remembered actually. They also had a lot of the old Create Your Own, the white, the black, and they had all the little stickers. They had the backpacks. They had the covers. They had. I even had picked up a key that you literally put a key on it, and it's like the Snow Leopard from It's a Small World. But anyway, like I said, to me, there was a lot of Vinylmation stuff there if you were looking for it. Yeah, compared to D Street in the US, it's nothing like that. But compared to a Disney store over here where you've got no choice, it was really good. And if you're a new collector, you're going to love it. If you're kind of like me and you've maybe got a larger collection and you buy stuff as it comes out, then it might be a little bit disappointing because they don't always have the latest releases. Well, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Remember to check out VinymationKingdom.com, and also remember to subscribe to the channel and give this a thumbs up. And if you are in Europe and you haven't yet joined the UK trading group, that's well worth doing on Facebook as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.